Yeah, people, morning. So we outdoors. You know what I mean? We walk around and thing. And right now it's breadfruit season in JA. It's also ackee. It's a season where you can get ackee to eat, breadfruit to eat in abundance. You know what I mean? Among other fruits, guinea, berry, 1 and 2 mango, you know, and a couple other fruits. Pomegranate or panganut if you eat them thing there. So right now, this morning, I realized that there was a lot of breadfruit under the tree, cause when the breadfruit them well fit, if you not pick them, they ripe and drop off a tree. But the thing is, this breadfruit tree have a lot of ripe breadfruit tree. Actually, I like a lot of ripe breadfruit. That's drop on that tree. So, but the thing is, the thing that I realized that is that there's a lot of bees. Now a lot of people do not know that bees extract sugar from a lot of fruits and plants and flowers. Now one of the fruits that bees extract sugar from, and it happens to be one of their favorite fruit as well, is breadfruit. Now this morning when I came to this breadfruit tree, I realized that there are hundreds or maybe a couple thousand bees that's extracting sugar from the fruit. You know what I mean? Now, when you buy a bottle of honey or you drink some honey, a lot of people don't realize the amount of fruits and plants and flowers that the bees use to make the honey there. But breadfruit is one of them, and one of their favorite fruits to use as well. Got a lot of sugar in the breadfruit. When it's ripe, a lot of sugar. If you even taste the breadfruit when it's ripe, you can taste the sweetness. If you roast it or you fry it, or even roast it and just eat it like that, you can taste the sweetness in the breadfruit. And one of this tree, there are a couple thousand bees on this tree. Well, I think there's a beehive or a bee farm close, because sometimes you'll find a lot of bees, but the amount of bees that I'm seeing under this tree right now, it kind of believes that there's a beehive somewhere. Now normally the queen bee, they really come look food or look nectar, you know what I mean, or sugar. Queen bee normally stay at home and manage all the work that's going on. See it? This is ripe breadfruit, and you see how them attack it. I love it. I love the ripe breadfruit. And the difference between bees and wasps is that bees won't sting you if they're not provoked in certain way. You have to really provoke a bee to sting you. Or you go near the hive. You look how close I am to these bees. You couldn't do that to us, you know. But I get stung long time if this was a group of wasps. Yeah. These are all bees. Whole heap of them. You on my hand, this is almost show you almost. Okay. Bees. A lot of them. Whole heap of bees, probably a couple thousand. A few thousand of them. And this is breadfruit. They're on the breadfruit plant, the ripe one. When it fall from the tree because it can't hold on no more because the stem becomes weak. They might be wondering why we make the breadfruit them fall off the tree and I eat them, I roast them and eat them or whatever. But people, my house have got so much breadfruit on the tree, this yard, that it's impossible to eat so much breadfruit. So every day at least 5 to 6 people come. You hear the gate knock and you hear people that beg breadfruit. So we give away more than 70% of all the breadfruit that's produced in this yard. Yeah man. You like honey? People, if you like honey, this is a bit of information for you, the honey lovers. Sometimes you drink some honey and the bee, and it's a breadfruit sugar, the breadfruit nectar or whatever that you're drinking, along with a lot of other fruits and plants that the bee extract sugar from. But breadfruit is their breadfruit are them favorite, can't tell you that straight. Breadfruit. Yeah. And this is the breadfruit tree. Huge breadfruit tree, you know what I mean? And there's another one just behind me. Here it is. And this one is another huge breadfruit tree. You know what I mean? There are hundreds of breadfruit in this tree. Impossible to eat so much breadfruit. So we give away more than 70% of them and eat a few. Me personally, I roast them and fry them sometimes, but if they're half ripe, I don't bother fry them. Just eat them same way, you know what I mean? Yeah. And at the back of the house, you have another breadfruit, but that breadfruit is a different kind of breadfruit. It's called yellow heart. Most people prefer the yellow heart breadfruit because they're easier for roast and they're very sweet in taste, you know what I mean? There's another one at the back of the house. Let me show you. So this breadfruit tree at the back of the house. This breadfruit tree fell down 1988 when Hurricane Gilbert came to Jamaica. It was a really wicked storm. I think it was one of the wickedest storm ever to hit Jamaica in terms of destruction and the amount of people that died. This breadfruit tree fell down halfway. Didn't fall all the way to the ground. And my father used this huge metal plank to hold it up to prevent it from fall all the way to the ground. And since it fell down in 1988, we've had 4 other young breadfruit suckers that started growing up, and they've all started bearing from that time till now. And to an adult breadfruit tree. When this breadfruit tree fell down, it fell on a fall cut that my father had right here. and it had chickens in it, but never losing our chickens. But from the fall on till now, because the roof was damaged, my father no bother with the chicken thing. It was only for personal use still, for our own consumption. So we never bother with it. But this is the breadfruit tree I'm talking about at the back, the yellow heart breadfruit tree, which is one of the more preferred breadfruit. One of our favorite breadfruit because of its sweetness. It's sweet and it doesn't take long for roast. It roasts quickly, and when it's ripe, I mean, it's really nice. You have a sweetish smell and taste. It's yellow heart breadfruit. You know what I mean? And they do fall off the tree often. When they get really fit, they fall off the tree. So one day, drop off the tree, and I have to go pick it up and carry a roast it, because you don't want to lose it, because this breadfruit tree, you know, have a lot of breadfruit on it, like the other breadfruit tree. But they bear some giant breadfruit. Let me say giant, I mean giant. Because if you look at these ones, you know what I mean, them are almost as big as, or actually half the size of jackfruit. If you know what is a jackfruit, you know what I'm talking about. So you saw them big? And it's on a camera trick. Or some big breadfruit. You know what I mean? And there are even bigger ones on the tree. There's one just above me, which is about 1 1/4 the size of the one that I just showed. You see there? That one there. Huge. Believe me. You know what I mean? Big breadfruit. I think it probably weighed maybe 2.5, 3 pounds or more. Probably more. You know what I mean? So it's breadfruit. One of the more preferred fruit to eat in Jamaica. You know what I mean? Cook, roast, fry. Can put it in soup. You know what I mean? You can eat it with almost every single meat kind that you can think of. Actually, every single meat kind you can think of, you can eat breadfruit with. And it's nice. But most of us in Jamaica, we prefer to eat it with ackee and saltfish. Enough away. You know what I mean? Saltfish and bean, callaloo. But you know, I tried it several times from my youth till now with curry. Like curry chicken or curry goat and them thing there, and I tell you, believe me, nice, proper. So that's it for this video, my viewers. You know, please like, share, subscribe, and make comments. You know what I mean? Comment. You know, take nothing to make a comment. You know what I mean? It's SUPAMARK'S excursion. Until the next video, I'm out.